Hello and welcome to the OSNAP podcast, hosted by your favorite duo. For anyone new here, my name is Vincent.
And I'm Reese, and today we are going to talk about why we think you should book a grad session.
Heyo. So before we get into that, we just have a couple of updates. We are still editing
A wedding.
a wedding and quinceañeras and engagement shoots and family shoots and all of that fun stuff. So
Correct.
When it's all done, make sure you follow us on social media so that you can see when we post it and you can see all the beautiful work that we're working so hard on.
And very excited to announce we are entering grad season.
Ayo! So we have a couple of reasons on why we think it's important for you or your son or your daughter or your cousin or nephew or
Grandchild.
or mom or dad or whomever,
Mm-hmm.
grandparents. It's never too late. You can always graduate.
You know what we've had a couple times, which is really cool? Parents doing grad sessions with their child.
Oh, we've done that a couple times. It's always
Parents
really fun.
graduating college with their child who's graduating high school.
Yeah.
And they do a joint session.
Yeah.
So cool. So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
So we just have a couple of reasons on why we think that you should book your grad photo shoot. You ready to get into it?
Yes.
All right. You want to start off with number one?
Capture the moment forever.
Graduation is a one-in-a-lifetime experience. You're only going to graduate from high school once. You're only going to graduate from college
Once at each level.
once at each level. But, yeah.
That specific moment and those years you spent for that degree only happens once.
Yeah.
And then if you go to another degree, those years need to be captured again.
Yeah.
It's really important. And not even for, I know you said you started at high school, but a lot of people like to do like preschool graduation photos
I did preschool
too.
graduation photos, yeah.
Yeah, I think we all did.
I wore a purple cap and gown.
Mine was blue,
Yeah.
like a navy blue.
I still have those photos.
Preschool, kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, you have like a ceremony.
Yeah.
So any graduation, any milestone, it's important.
It's super important. And
We're big on the milestones.
And like with high school, it's a really big accomplishment. I mean, you've been working for, say, 13 years, first through 12, but you also had kindergarten. too.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been working really 13 years for this moment of graduating, and you want to make sure that, you get it captured and preserved so that in another 13 years, you can look back and go, wow, look at where I was at.
Or show your kids.
Yeah, or show your kids
Mm-hmm.
or, their kids, whoever. So it's a really big accomplishment, and it is important to capture the moment forever.
Absolutely.
All right.
I would like to make a little side note
All right.
when it comes to graduation photos. We've had this happen a few times, but this also happened to me specifically, where you do more than one session of senior photos in your senior year.
Yeah.
This isn't our way of trying to talk you into
No,
booking with us multiple
no.
times, but it does happen. I will use myself as an example first. I did my grad photos in the beginning of my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
I had black hair that I loved. My mom wasn't crazy about it, but I did grad photos in the beginning of my senior year, and I looked a very specific way. And then once I was nearing the end of my senior year, I had dropped some weight that I was self-conscious about. And I also had light brown, almost blonde hair. So very big difference from the black hair. So I looked completely different. And we went ahead and scheduled a second session of grad photos because I was a different person half the year. I know it's just hair colors, but a lot of stuff happens in your senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Whether you're going to college or you're serving the Army or the Navy or wherever it may be, if you're going to trade school or starting a business, a lot of decisions are made in your senior year. So we've also had this happen with clients where they book in the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year, hey, now they have their cap and gown, so they want a mini session at the end of the year just for those. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's just a milestone as a whole getting through your senior year of high school.
It's exciting stuff. And you are right that a lot of times you are a different person compared to when you started your senior year compared to when you ended your senior year. also, I was a little bit chunkier in the beginning of my senior year, and by the end of it, I had pretty much shedded off all of that um, extra poundage.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
I had a really bad injury in the beginning, a knee injury in the beginning of my senior year that took me out of dance
Yeah.
completely. And so I wasn't exercising like I normally was, and I was also really sad because I wasn't dancing.
Yeah.
So that was like the mood of the beginning of my senior year, and by the end of this my senior year, I had worked through my injury and went back to dancing. I was a lot happier. Things were better, and so bye.
Bye.
So I got another session done, and I am so, so, so happy I did. And this is just your PSA.
Yeah.
If you do get your photos done early, that's okay. We can do them again if you would like to. If not, totally fine as well. That being said, if you want to get them done early, my cousin, Sky, she wanted them done early this year because she had a really good tan from summer. She wanted to be tan in her photos. So we did her photos like, what was it, August?
Yeah.
We did her photos super, super early. And then we're going to do her photos again in April, just a smaller scale session so that she has her cap and gown in the photos.
Yeah.
So it's always okay to book more than once if you need to.
Yes.
Sorry, that was off topic, but it's
no,
important.
no, it's okay. And a lot of times in your senior year, you're a little bit more mature. And so you kind of realize that maybe some of the friends that you were hanging around with for your freshman, sophomore, and junior year, those are the friends that you really want to hang out with your senior year. And because you're not hanging around them, you change a little bit.
It happened to me.
You know, and then because you change, your looks can change as well.
Yep.
And so you look like a completely different person, a different personality and stuff. And I do think that that is important to make sure that you do get it captured.
Absolutely. Okay, sorry, I have another thing to add.
Mm-hmm.
While that is very accurate, sometimes you also have the same best friend your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Or you had the same best friend from freshman year to senior year, and you would really like to document that, whether you guys are going to college together or one's going across the country.
Yeah, we've done that too. Yeah.
We've done a lot of sessions with best friends together.
Yeah.
You get your separate senior photos. Like, we'll split the session up. And so you get your own, but you also get some with your best friend or your significant other. We've done that too.
Yeah.
That's always an option. We have packages for that. And so if you are thinking about doing it with your best friend or your boyfriend,
do it.
Go ahead and do it. If you're a twin, if you want to do twin photos,
that's cool.
That'd be cool. Twin. We haven't done that yet.
No, we have not done that yet, unfortunately, but never say never, we will.
So it's just another thing of capturing the moment forever.
Yes. Next one. Get that main character energy. Facts. You worked hard for this. Like we were just saying, if you're graduating from high school, you've worked 13 years. Even without you really knowing, I mean, you've worked 13 years. You were consistent for 13 years, going to school, doing the homework, passing the classes, studying for the test, passing the tests, and now you're graduating. And
even bigger if it's college too.
Yeah. A graduation session makes you feel like the main character because you are. It's your accomplishment. You did it.
It's your party.
You got up every morning at 6:30 in the morning. Now they've changed the times of school, so I don't really know the time. But I used to get up, and we all have to get up early, either drive to school, get dropped off at school, listen through the lectures, do the homework, do all the different tasks and stuff. So it is important that you enjoy and celebrate doing all of that. Not only that,
I've also, I think you'll agree with me on this. Most of these seniors or college graduates that we do, if ever done a photo shoot, it's a family photo shoot. Yeah, you're sharing that spotlight with your parents, your siblings. Honestly, even if a lot of the time, a lot of people don't just get solo photo shoots done. No. I mean, even at your wedding, you're sharing it. Unless it's a quince. That one is about you. But a lot of the time, they're sharing that spotlight with everybody else. So this is majority of the time your first solo photo shoot, and I would personally say that we like to make it all about you.
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah, make it as special as we possibly can.
You guys are the ones who pick the locations. Mm-hmm. If there's certain poses that you guys like, people send them to us all the time. If there's certain poses that people don't like, they're always vocal with
Very
it.
vocal.
They always tell us, which that's all right because it's your session. And we always make sure to make you guys feel as comfortable as possible. Because the more comfortable you guys are, the better you guys come out in photos and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's another point, is to get that main character energy. You deserve it.
Absolutely, you do. Another reason why you should book is...
This is a big one.
It's way better than iPhone photos.
Ouch.
Yes. Let us be clear about something. We've seen it all. We have. We truly have. And I know a lot of people do the iPhone photos because it's easy or affordable.
And this isn't us bashing iPhones. I am an iPhone user. She is an iPhone user. Our ecosystem that we picked for our business is Apple. So we're not bashing iPhone at all.
No.
We love iPhones. But there's a big difference.
There is. There is a big difference. And I think that graduation is just one of those moments that you just have to do it. You have to book the session.
Yeah.
It's really important that you do.
I think also another thing to take into account is that if you are a high schooler or just anybody in general and you're taking pictures on your phone during doing certain poses or whatever that are trendy right now, well, those things might not be trendy a year from now. And so the last thing you want to do is do a graduation session on your iPhone, okay, with the quality not being as good as our cameras, and then looking back at it a year from now and going, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. I should have booked the professional photographers. I don't like the way I look in that. The lighting is terrible. Why are all of my photos blurry?
And that's not just for high school graduates. That's also for college.
My parents can't print them out big because the camera quality is not, that good compared to our cameras. So when you do print it out, it's super blurry. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
But you just never know because there's things that are in and there's things that are out. And what might be in now will probably be out a year from now or 2 years from now. And like I said, you don't want to look back and go, I should have never done that pose or that edit on all of them or whatever. And on top of that, if they're iPhone photos, they're most likely just on your iPhone. Most people don't back their photos up on iCloud. So imagine if you did have your graduation photos on there, you thought that they were safe, but then your phone broke. You dropped it in water. You dropped it in the ocean. It got run over by a car. Well, now all your graduation photos are gone.
Yeah.
Because you didn't back up your photos. Compared to us and professional photographers, we can just resend you the gallery.
Boom. Yeah. I think also we've seen this too with seniors, and I know you keep specifically referring to them as high school seniors, but we're also talking about college graduates. I want to make that perfectly clear. That graduation is a broad spectrum of people. But regardless if it's high school, it's more high school than it is college. We have had seniors at the end of the shoot. We always ask, like, is there any poses that we didn't do that you want to? And more times than not, when it comes to graduates, they say yes. And they do these poses that are super in for iPhone photos. You know what I mean? Like with they're hanging out with their friends. Nothing wrong with it.
No.
We always shoot if they want that. That's fine. But you also have to remember that we just took an hour session with them doing poses and lighting and everything the way that we know that'll last a very long time. We always give them what they want because we know that they're going to want to post it on social media and Instagram and all of that. A good example of this, my cousin Sky, she won't get mad at me for saying this. Her and her friends like to do this thing where they have their eyes closed in photos. They're so cute.
I personally don't understand it, but yeah.
They're trendy, they're cute, and it works for them. But that's something that might not be in a year. She's going to kill you if you keep doing that.
I think we should do the entire podcast with our eyes closed.
Vincent, don't be mean.
I'm not being mean.
That might not be in a year or 5 months. But it's okay because she has those photos that she wants. But her mom, my aunt, also has all the photos that she'll want of, grad photos.
Yeah.
So it's
And
another
I
good
just want to
point.
make something clear. I'm not being mean. I'm naturally just, if something doesn't make sense in my head, to try to make it make sense, I'll try to do it myself or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with being funny. It's not being mean. And Sky has a good personality, and she would never take it that I was being mean. Nothing whatsoever. She's a different generation, and so what they think is cool, we don't get it.
I just don't
You
get it.
know, just like what we might think is cool, the next generation, they might not get it either. So it's not being mean. We're being, we're just having fun with it.
If she does get mad, I'll just remind her of how she tormented me with my love of Justin Bieber for years.
Yeah.
She didn't get it.
Yeah.
But it made complete sense to me.
Yeah. So, but Sky, I know if you're watching, I completely know that you know that I'm just being funny with you. I know you got it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, back to the iPhone versus Sony camera. We're just going to go over it a little bit. What is the difference? Why is it such a big difference? The sensor on a iPhone is a lot smaller compared to the sensor that we have on our cameras. So I don't know if you can really look right here, but on the back there is 3 cameras, and they all do different things. One of them is a 0.5, so it means it zooms out super wide to get sort of not a fisheye, but I guess it is kind of like an updated fisheye almost, where you can get so much in frame at once. And then you also just have your regular one, and then you also have your zoom lens. But all of these sensors are just so tiny. They're tiny sensors compared to ours. They're much bigger than this. But what's the importance of the sensors is that because they're smaller sensors, they can't let as much light in. Whereas our cameras, because they're much bigger, we're able to let a lot more light in. So in certain circumstances where it's pretty dark out, we're able to bump up our ISO or aperture and get it to where it's a lot brighter. But there is also one other major thing is that we have full customization to our settings.
Mm-hmm.
Things like iPhones, I know that there's been certain times with any iPhone user, any phone user, where you take a photo and it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look how we're seeing it right now. It looks completely different, and that's just because it's in an auto setting always, and it can be very difficult to make it to have the settings that you want it to. It is pretty difficult, but with ones like our cameras, yeah, we have an auto button as well. We don't use it, but sorry, the cat's going crazy over here. But we're able to completely customize it at all times, and so that really helps us be able to get really good high quality photos in maybe not the best of circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the big differences. One more difference is that the lens on the iPhone are not interchangeable.
Mm-mm.
Our cameras are interchangeable. We can get one that can zoom into the moon, or we can get one that can zoom into a caterpillar or an ant. Mm-hmm. Extremely versatile.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So that's the big difference.
Yes, sir. All right, you ready for your next one?
Yes, sir.
They make for perfect announcements and keepsakes. Biggest being announcements. It's our number one question when people do book their grad session is, how long is it going to take for me to get these back? Because I really need to make announcements and I forgot about it until yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, photo shoots for graduations are super, super important to send those announcements to your grandparents in Indiana, and also make keychains and ornaments or calendars for family members. Huge and important.
They are, and they last forever. And we haven't done an episode on it yet, but we definitely will do one in the future regarding all of that. The calendars, the announcements, the printing of the pictures, all of that is available on the gallery that we send you. At the very bottom, it's different options for if you want to do the announcements or the keychains or anything like that. You can do that directly on the link that we send you,
Mhm.
and it gets to you guys fast, and it's also high quality.
They're like really, really good quality.
Yeah. So, but we'll do a different episode on that. But it is true that they are perfect for announcements and keepsakes, because it's important to announce that you're graduating, because some people out there, they got rich family members,
Send you money.
and you send them an announcement. You're like, hey, I'm graduating. They're like, oh, hello, how are you? I haven't seen you in 5 years. Here's $500 or whatever. College, I know, again, I'm talking about high school. College ain't cheap.
Mm.
And so announcement photos can help you buy a couple more
Hey,
things.
no, it's not just high school. College isn't cheap. So if you want to pay back your debt,
Pay back your debt, or
send those announcements
buy a
out.
couple more things at Top Ramen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they are perfect for announcements and keepsakes and calendars, all of that good stuff.
Mhm.
So why should you book with us? What's different?
Easy.
What's different about us compared to other photographers out there?
One, we're amazing.
We're the duo.
We're the duo. Something really big is that you get two of us, which is important because we have different styles. So you're really getting, it's like booking two different separate photographers at the same time for one price. So poses that I normally like to do, Vincent likes to do something completely different. The angle that I take the photos, Vincent's taking one completely different. So it's almost like paparazzi. There's just both of us everywhere, capturing every angle we can, different poses.
Yeah.
But obviously the edit is the same.
And if you're hearing that and you're like, "Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I can't even get in front of one camera. How am I going to get in front of two cameras?" We are not in your face. We are not obnoxious with our cameras. Obviously, like we've said before, we want you to be as comfortable as possible. And so the difference between us and the different styles is she is more of your posed shots. She likes more of the safe shots, if that makes sense. So she'll get the normal ones of, hold the cam forward and, stand over here and all of that. Whereas I like more of the action shots. So I want you to walk, run, throw the cap, all of that fun stuff. And when we do shoot together, she'll be, by the client, and I'll be in left field over here in a bush in a tree or something. A lot of times you won't even see me because I'm just over there getting different shots and stuff. But I think that because we are so different in our shooting styles, it makes for great photos and stuff.
Nice variety.
Yeah,
So
gives you a good
everybody's
variety.
happy.
Yes.
We also offer a portable changing room. This one's big, allowing you to change outfits in private. Graduation sessions specifically, we have learned people love to change their outfits. Some like, if you're a woman, some like dresses underneath their cap and gown, but if for the photos without the cap and gown, they might want to wear jeans and their college t-shirt. That's another thing. If you're going to college or you're going to go, serve the army, whatever it is. A lot of people like to wear their gear for their college announcements. Or if you're in college, if you are picking a career after that, they like to wear gear for that too. So we do have a portable changing room that offers easy outfit changes for anybody that might want them.
And if you are somebody who has followed us for some time on social media, you most likely have seen the portable changing room. We've used it and made like funny videos and stuff. People use it for all sorts of different shoots. With our Christmas mini, some people, they want to be in pajamas, but they also want to be in jeans. And so we'll take it there. But it really is it is really nice to be able to have a portable changing room because you don't have to run up to a bathroom or to the car, wherever, get sweaty, your hair gets messed up. It's awkward trying to change in a car. It's kind of gross changing in a public bathroom. In the portable changing room, it's safe, it's private, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Next one, no cap, no gown, no tassel, no problem. We offer a cap, a gown, and a 2025 tassel. We have two options for the cap and gown. We have either teal or black. And so if you are somebody who wants to book, maybe you're like your niece, or what is Sky to you? Cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're like her cousin and you have a really good tan right now. Okay? But you don't have your cap, you don't have your tassel, and you don't have a gown. We have it. It might not be the exact color of what you're graduating in, but it gets the point done.
Also, if you're graduating college and you do online school,
yeah,
and you don't have like a home base where you're going to graduate from, but you want to get those done, we also have cap and gown for you so that you can still, get those photos taken and everything.
Or if you are if you're a kid and maybe one of your parents graduated 20 years ago, but maybe they didn't at the time have the money to get graduation photos done, or they didn't think about it, it'd be a nice gift for their birthday or for their graduation to book them graduation photos.
I've seen that, and I've also seen college graduates at their graduation photos. They'll have their parents come with them under false pretenses.
Yeah.
And then during the shoot, they'll take off pieces of it. So they'll put their cap on their dad's head. They'll put their gown on over their mom.
Yeah.
Because it's those people that got them through to where they are today. Their hard work enabled them to be able to, succeed what they did. So I love seeing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Makes me cry.
So,
yeah, we have a cap and gown for you.
So don't let the school dictate when you take the graduation photos. You make that decision.
Unless you really want to wear your school's one, then we understand. But in case that's not possible, we've got you.
Yes. Another major reason, I would say this is probably one of the biggest reasons, is we remove distractions, aka
People.
Photoshop.
You said remove distractions, so I said people.
We use Photoshop. We are absolute professionals when it comes to Photoshop. We have a couple of examples that we'd like to show you right now. This first one is, now these aren't just graduation, these are just Photoshop photos that things that we've done in the past. But this first one is of a bride getting out of the car and a beautiful bug. But as you can see, there is a pole in the background, there's some kind of box in the background, a truck, and there's also these ugly blue lines. Okay? Because we're good at Photoshop, we get rid of them. They're gone. Mm-hmm. How about that? The next one, same scene, but in a different angle. More blue lines. The box is more showing now, and there's still a truck. Well, we got rid of it. The next one is a quince. It's a beautiful photo. Looks good. But there's two boxes on the side, and they're not even the same kind of boxes.
Oh, that bugs me.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. We get rid of them.
Oh, you just changed the whole building.
Huh? I know, right? It looks so much better. This next one of a wedding. This is the first look. Beautiful, but unfortunately there's cars, benches, a trash can in the background. We got rid of it.
Oh, this next one kills me.
The last one is the bride walking down the aisle. Really beautiful moment, but unfortunately there's people peeking who were late to the wedding. They're peeking around the corner right behind them. There's also a huge light behind them, as well as a trash can. We thankfully got rid of them. Completely gone.
You guys would be surprised how many people show up late to ceremonies and then stand directly where we don't want them to stand.
Yeah. And I would also say a lot of times we won't tell our clients about the Photoshop work that we've done. Nope. It's just kind of it's just like an internal thing that we have where you look at a photo, but for some reason our eyes go to the sign that says stop in the background or no parking or the blue lines, for example.
Sometimes our clients find out that we photoshopped their photo shoot on Instagram when we do like our behind the scenes editing.
Yeah, and they always comment, "Oh my God, I love this! Thank you so much."
Yeah.
Because not all photographers Photoshop. Not all photographers Photoshop for free. Now, mind you, if say you did a shoot, but then you get home and you message us and say, "I wish I would have wore white. Can you please Photoshop all of my pictures to a white T-shirt?" Unfortunately, that's not free. That's going to take a long time.
We've had that happen.
Yeah, and a lot of work to do.
Do you remember that? The white dress that she wanted black?
Yeah, but that was only for like 2 photos though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll do that if it's pretty easy. Something's in the background, we can get rid of it easy. But we've had it to where we've done a shoot of a huge family of like 30 or 40 people, and they had like 20 grandkids. You can't get all 20 grandkids to be able to smile and look at the camera at once. So obviously, we had to go through one by one, find their faces if they're smiling and looking at the camera, Photoshop them into that. That took a long time. Or we've had it to where people in a wedding party, they were dating a certain person at the time, and they're in the photo, but now they're broken up, but they're still in the wedding photo. So we've had to take it to where we've gotten rid of the person, brought the people closer to the bride and the groom. So we've done big projects.
Wedding crashers.
Yeah.
We've snuck into family photos.
We've added people who are no longer with us, who are deceased to photos, which is a really special thing. I enjoy doing that because, I wish that there were certain people who were still with us, and to have pictures with them would be nice. But yeah, I would say that's one of the big reasons is that we do Photoshop. And we also do, in high school, I had a good amount of acne. Mm-hmm. So if you or somebody has acne, if your kid has acne, anybody has acne, and you want it gone, we can also get rid of that as well. We won't get rid of it unless you ask us.
That's our big thing.
Yeah.
Stray hairs, anything.
We're big on the stray hairs.
Vincent's big on the stray hairs.
I just
really drives him nuts.
It does, because a lot of our shoots are sunset shoots, and so the sun will be behind them. Mm-hmm. And if
they've
you
got
have
a crown
couple stray
hairs.
Yeah, if you have a couple stray hairs, oh my God, it really like magnifies it.
Yeah, like I don't know if we should ever, like me and you, should ever do a shoot at the beach, because my hair gets extremely like frizzy and curly at the beach.
Yeah,
that's like your worst nightmare.
I'm gonna create like a no frizz spray. They have that. Yeah, but I'm gonna start carrying it with us.
For me,
like, hey, you want some frizz spray?
Yeah.
No, to anybody,
it'd probably be
anybody who wants it. But those are some of the main reasons why we think that you should book with us. We want to capture the moment, that you're having, and we want you to be able to preserve that forever. We want you to have that main character energy. We also think personally that our cameras are way better cameras than your iPhones. Sorry. And like Reese was saying, they're perfect for announcements and keepsakes, and all of that is easy to do on our gallery. We'll do an episode about that later on. You get the both of us with our different styles, and together, perfect.
Chef's kiss.
We have the portable changing room, which is great and super convenient. We also have the cap, gown, and tassel, the 2025 tassel, which is super important. And we are masters at Photoshop. Mm-hmm. So all of those reasons we think are good reasons for you or your family member or your mom or your dad or whomever to book a graduation session. And remember that it's never too late to graduate.
Yep. And we're fun.
We are fun. We're very fun. We'll play music. We get behind the scenes in a non-awkward way. I've seen some people where they like make it super obvious that they're getting behind the scenes. They're like, hey, can you do this? And I'm just going to get a video of you real quick. Super awkward. No. We're
99.9% of the time, you guys don't even know we're doing behind the scenes.
No. Reese will tell them, oh, we'll have behind the scenes posted within the hour. And people are always like, oh, wow, nice. Behind the scenes are the best. People absolutely love behind the scenes. Maybe we'll do an episode about that as well.
That'd be fun.
But yes, with that, we cannot express anymore that we think that you should book your graduation session. It's March.
So that means that you need to hurry up and book your graduation
Gotta
session.
hurry. Yeah. There are tens of thousands of people around us right now who are getting ready to graduate and getting everything aligned for after graduation. Photography and booking a grad session should be on that list. Yeah. So make sure you do that. Anything else you'd like to say?
We book really fast for grad season. So
we book fast.
We have some great location options.
Yeah.
And we're excited.
Very excited. So if you book, just know you're going to have a good time. And you're going to look good. We'll make sure of that.
Yes.
So with that, make sure that if you're not following us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, or Spotify, make sure you go ahead and do that to get any of the behind the scenes. If you're not subscribed here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead and do that and hit the notification bell to get notified when we upload a new video. And yeah, again, don't forget to book. This is an important time in your life, and we want to make sure that you get it captured.
Yep.
All right. All good?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. If you are still watching, I don't know if you've mentioned Dad yet. Hello, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
She almost forgot about you. I didn't, though. Don't worry. Favorite child. We will see you guys next week.
Happy grad season.
Happy grad season.
Bye.
Bye.
I get it. Bye.
Oh, snap.